stop getting child support checks, and my child support checks pay for my daycare, and that's gone. On this day 2 years ago, I filed for divorce with an infant, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 9-year-old, and I had no fucking idea if I was gonna make it. This is what 2 years of fighting looks like. But like, I can't handle this shit. I'm having a hard time just surviving. It's just not fair. It's not fair. Love can move mountains. And love can crush.
Let me give you a background story about this modern woman. So this modern woman divorced her husband because her husband was abusive. And when I say abusive, I mean like physical abuse, domestic violence. So they have 3 kids together, and she was being abused and she checked out. So let's see what happens.
Say 2 years ago, I filed for divorce with an infant, 3-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 9-year-old, who all have varying degrees of struggles, and I had no fucking idea if I was gonna make it. But I did know that I wasn't gonna spend another second of my life being abused or watching my children be abused by their father. And so I did it. I took the leap. I made the jump. And guess what? It was the best fucking thing I ever did in my entire life. So if you are on the fence today about filing those papers, I am here to tell you that just do it. Everything's going to be okay. Like, seriously. It will. It'll be okay. And you deserve to be happy and safe and loved and all the things. Currently reorganizing my files, and this is what 2 years of fighting looks like. This is 3 injunctions for domestic violence, a divorce, and changes to a safety-focused parenting plan that I have done all completely pro se, without an attorney, all on my own.
So this woman filed for divorce because her husband was abusive, and she's getting into the new life, of being a single mother. She's still new to it. You can tell she's still new to it because she's not yet complaining about it, because single motherhood is not like all like you know goody goody, and it's not all like happiness. Like, just because you weren't happy in your marriage, it doesn't mean that when you get into the single motherhood you're gonna be happy. But let's just see what happens.
So this was my experience as well. But it got to the point, and it will get to the point for you if you're not already feeling it, that you physically don't feel safe. You feel like you're just one altercation away, or there have been death threats or violence around you in close enough proximity that you have realized, like, this person is capable of hurting me. But the mental abuse, it's meant to wear you down, and it's exhausting, and it's terrible, and you feel just like stuck in this vortex of chaos, and it's awful, and it's no way to live, and it's terrible for your nervous system, and you deserve better.
So first of all, it's not a place to tell women what they should do, when they're facing abuse in a relationship, right? Because this woman who sent a comment saying, I'm not being physically abused, but the mental abuse, it's doing me in. So it's not a place to give advice when it comes to, relationships and marriage and, couples and families. It's not her place. I don't know what she does, but I know it's not a place, bro. You understand? I just know that as soon as a woman comes online and say, I'm leaving my husband, I'm no longer happy, there's 1,000 women in the comments saying, leave, girl, leave, girl. You understand what I'm saying? But now this woman, it's not a place. And the other thing, you should stay out of people's businesses. Like women should learn to stay out of other women's businesses. Like when people say we have problems in our relationships, don't get involved because you're destroying people's families. That's not a place, bro. Let's keep it pushing.
I try so hard to stay positive just all the time. But it is so hard to live in this economy as a two-parent household, let alone a one-parent household. I had an unexpected $900 bill taken out of my checking account today. I literally just got paid this morning, my first full paycheck at my new job, and then I got an email from daycare that I owe them like $800 because I stopped getting child support checks, and my child support checks pay for my daycare, and that's gone. And I'm spending so much more on gas now because I work in an office.
Guys, let me say this. I'm against domestic violence, right? I'm against men who put hands on their women and who put hands on their kids, like, or who put hands, or women who put their hands on their men. I'm just against domestic violence. But I've seen, probably like 20 women. I've reacted to like probably like 5 videos or 6 videos of women who came down on this app and said, they've been in a relationship and they were unhappy, this and that and the third, they've been abused. But this sounds like some BS, bro.
A single mom is so hard. Being an autistic single mom is a whole nother ballgame. I worked from home for 4.5 years after not working really at all for 2.5 years. Well, I owned a daycare when I lived in Illinois and thought that was the best thing ever. Just tiny humans all day. But like, I can't handle this shit. I have absolutely no time or space to just like exist. Every waking moment of my day is demanded to somebody else. I have no autonomy over anything that I'm doing, and as somebody with PDA, that's really hard. I'm having a hard time just surviving right now. If all I had to do was go to work every day, I love my job. I'd be fine. I'd come home and I'd decompress and I'd have space for my partner and that'd be fine. But I have kids that have really, really, really high needs, so like I don't have time to decompress like anywhere at all at any part of my day. And I can't even go to the gym anymore, which was the only place I used to find an ounce of sanity. And all of this because I have to be the sole provider for 4 kids. Because for some odd reason, their other parent could care less about making sure that their needs are met. I am the one exhausting myself, fighting my son's school, literally constantly. And it's been so hard. And I have to go to school or take the kids to school. Can't even take 3 minutes to record a video. Saw my toddler busting in. It's just not fair. it's not fair. The ridiculous amount of responsibility that has been heaped on me and me alone. Because somebody made a choice to not be involved with their own children. I just will never understand, like, as a parent, not wanting to make sure that your kids have the very best of everything, including the parent that they live with. And that means making sure that their mental health is good so that they can show up and be the very best parent to your kids every single day. It's not good for anybody's mental health to have this amount of pressure and responsibility on them all by themselves. No help. No help. He thinks that my mom pays for everything and does everything for me, and I'm just out here living my life. Nope. No, that's not the case. I do everything for these kids to make sure they have what they need.
Let me tell you something, guys. None of these women are special, bro. There isn't a special woman in this world, bro. Women are all the same. And that's a fact. Because I've already reacted to like 6 videos of these women, right? These type of women. When the video starts, they be talking about their divorce like it's some fancy drama, like some fancy soap opera in their lives. That's what they'll be talking about. They'll be talking like that, right? And then later on, they'll be sitting crying, talking about how hard it is to be a single mother, how hard it is to be a single parent. You know, they're doing everything by themselves, but they left their husbands. This woman said, you know, she was in an abusive relationship, and she had to check out because she was in an abusive relationship, right? And my question is, and I'll still ask this question: when did you realize that you were in an abusive relationship? Was it after you guys got married, or was it after you guys had kids? I want to know, like, how did you stay in an abusive relationship? Because if you stayed in an abusive relationship and it turned into a marriage, and it turned into a family, it turned into an abusive family, you know, that's your fault. That's your fault. That's this woman's fault. She can't be sitting here crying if she's part of um the mess that was created by her and her husband, her ex-husband. Because she's saying she's not taking any accountability. She's not saying I did anything wrong. She's not saying I was stupid to be involved with an abuser. She's just sitting here saying, you know, the other parent doesn't care, doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to help me. But, you know, she created this mess as well. So this is the taste of your own medicine, ma'am. And I'm telling you guys, there's no woman who's different. There's no woman who's special in this world. Because they all say the same. In the beginning, they'll be talking about their divorce like it's like they'll be so nonchalant about it, like talking about it like it's like, you know, some drama, some fancy drama in their lives. You know, they put it on social media and people giving them attention like they have something going on in their lives. And then later on, they're crying. They're crying. They say they need help. They're crying saying they need help. So anyway, guys, that's it for tonight. If you like this type of content, please subscribe so I can react to these type of videos. Please subscribe. I'll give you more of this content. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about if women are like the same or women are different. Peace, I'm out.